Hey guys, been a while since my last video. I wanted to give it a little extra time, and I'm glad I did because I went through another phase and was able to kind of turn what I'd experienced and the way that I deal with the subject I previously mentioned um, in a way that I could better articulate. um, with that extra insight and ended up going a different direction than I thought I would. But I ended up getting a concussion, and then I ended up breaking a leg, and then my glasses got like really cloudy while I was cleaning them one day, and so I've got new glasses. Um, it's been kind of rough here recently, but anyway, Um, I'm making this video to say that really looking at what I've been doing thus far, I haven't been that happy with what I put out. Now, um, I still feel like what I put out so far is valuable in terms of providing certain details, backstory, etc. Um, so, unlike previous times when I was unsatisfied with the videos that I had done previously, because I knew I could do better or they just weren't quite what I wanted, I'm not going to delete these previous videos for the people who are interested in that backstory. But the whole point of me making these videos on this channel is to provide for people who are interested a resource as it pertains to the subjective view of dealing with borderline personality disorder, um, the way that I have, or you know, but while I work on a article from a more objective view. But what I feel like I've kind of done is I've kind of mixed the two up and provided kind of a half and half up to this point. That being said, these videos starting now are going to be um, more, much more personal and quite a bit darker um, than previous ones. And a big part of that is not that I'm being overwhelmed by these dark feelings or that I'm choosing to focus on the dark, or trying to be edgy or whatever you might say. The reason is because my form of therapy is to, rather than try to separate yourself from the darkness, to dive into that darkness, where you keep that other part of yourself sort of locked away and nurture that other self in that darkness that you've kept locked up and you've been at odds with for so long. Um, that's what makes this approach to borderline work so well. Um, and so it's more about like growing a light in the darkness. And you can't do that without first, going to some of those dark places. Um, so that's one reason. A second reason is that as you'll pick this up from my second video after I'm done with this one. Um, my first video after this one is going to focus on suicide and how I deal with that. Um, and But the second one is going to be about what it's like when um, you don't know what it's like to go through borderline personality disorder. Maybe you know someone who is, um, but you don't get it. Um, but and you're trying to understand, what's going on. Um, And so that video is going to be about how does a person who doesn't suffer from borderline personality disorder sort of wrap their head around the feelings of someone who is dealing with that, by posing a sort of hypothetical and to a degree metaphorical, but I'm trying to keep it pretty literal. You just have to kind of, as we're going along in it, imagine what I'm laying out um, at each level. And I am hoping that some of these insights in this new direction um, will be of much greater benefit in the future, because like I said, I'm already working on an alternate format for objective observations. This channel was not supposed to be a objective observation. It was supposed to be a more personal one. And so like I said, that's the direction that I'm going to be going now. I feel like there was something else I was just about to mention. Um, oh, yeah. Because these videos are going to be much more personal um, and a bit darker. Um, some of the times I'm going to actually have to go through those moments again in order to provide the best um, insight into what it actually is that I'm dealing with and how I'm dealing with it. Because a lot of it, you start at a certain point, you start doing, you just deal with it. You don't think about how you're dealing with it. You just learned. You've felt your way through it, and so it takes time. Not always is there something that you feel really passionate about doing a video on, and I want to keep these videos relatively passionate. So they're not going to be as many. I'll get to them when I feel like getting to them. Um, but I hope that this also will be a good step forward, because it'll keep these videos from oversaturating, which I kind of started feeling like I was having to deal with the saturation, to the point I wasn't able to remember. Wait, did I cover this? Did I not cover this? I feel like I've gone over this before. Well, okay, I'll go over it again. Um, and Also, I felt like I was sort of obligated to go ahead and put out a video for a while, and every, like, once a day or once every week or whatever, and that timeline actually frustrated me quite a bit, because being bipolar, being borderline, and uh, realizing the impact of this new form of treatment, for me, has really been a liberating experience. Um, it's a very erratic experience, and my life tends to be fairly erratic anyway. So to try to make a routine schedule video timeline, it was not working for me at all. Um, so yeah, like I said, these videos are going to be fewer. I tried to stay at a certain amount of time, and I'm not going to do that either. So I'm going to be ending this video at 10 minutes, and hopefully you'll tune in for the next couple videos. See you in the next ones.